Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Noorus Salam-Summit, the National Women Council. Sino pa po yung bago subscribe sa akin? O guys, huwag kalimutan ng like and subscribe to my channel.
May 29, Attorney fee, December 2017 to May 2019, Office of the Attorney General R. Elementary Teacher 1, June 2014 to December 2017, FSR Banasi Nano del Sur, College Instructor, Faculty Member, February 2012 to May 2013, Philippine Muslim Teachers College, Parasi, Lecturer, Reviewer, Led for Teachers, August 2012 to July 2013, PMTC, Marawi City. Lecturer, Reviewer, Licensed exam for teachers, Salam-Summit Sharia and Professional Education Center, Marawi City. Documenter, Trainer, Al-Mujahideen Development Foundation, Incorporated, 2009-2010, Marawi City. Teacher, Faculty, June 2010 to May 2011, Kali Paramedical College Foundation, Incorporated, Marawi City. Experienced teacher, a new young lawyer, started in private institutions and moved on becoming a government employee, hence civil servant. Without further ado, let us welcome Attorney Hannah Paramata Pamindalo.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Attorney Hannah Pamindalo. I am the right now the political affairs officer, six of my boss, member of the Parliament, Byron G. Caron, member of the BTA, the Bangsamoro Transition Authority, and one of the 80 members of the BTA, and also designated as the chairperson of the then Regional Commission ng Bangsamoro Women, ngayon po Bangsamoro Women Commission. So my Madam extends her sincerest gratitude to this organization, to Noorus Salam, to this beautiful board of trustees, as she has a very equally important event attending. Mamaya po makikita natin ano. Okay, so let me start. So we are, as you can see, although it's not yet approved, we have the then Regional Commission ng Bangsamoro Women dati po. Pero ngayon, naipasa na po namin sa Parlamento yung batas na nagsustrengthen, nagpapalakas sa Regional Commission ng Bangsamoro Women. That is why may nakikita kayong Bangsamoro Women Commission. So, but however, it's still not yet ng approval ng Chief Minister yung aming logo. But that's still unofficial. So, created during the passage of Republic Act number 11054 for the organic law for the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Bangsamoro, and this BARM, or what we call BARM, the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, replaces the Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, or ARM. So we do not talk about ARM, we talk about BARM. So this new government is not headed by a regional governor, it is headed by the Chief Bangsamoro Parliament cabinet members. Okay? And in the BAR, We do not call this cabinet minister, we do not call them secretary, we call them minister. Okay? Minister or ministry. Ministry, the name of the office. Minister, the head of the office. And then the Bangsamoro, we know Bangsamoro Transition Authority. We have 80 members of the Bangsamoro Transition Authority or the BTA or generally known as the Bangsamoro Parliament. Sila naman po yung assembly, which I can see that the Assemblywoman Honorable Irene Tila was a member. Okay? And the RLA now become the Bangsamoro Parliament or BTA. So, we have right now po, completed na po ang 80 members of the BTA. No? Or ang tawag po natin sa kanila ay mga members of the Parliament. Baka po naririnig nyo yung word na MP. So, member of the Parliament. These 80 members, however, in these 80 members, there are only 13 women. No? Only 16%, almost 16% of the total number of these honorable MPs. However, kahit po 13 lang po sila, 13 lang po sila, powerhouse po yung membro ng yung mga kababaihan sa parliament. We have lawyers, Attorney Jujuri, Attorney Basman, Attorney Damdam Latif. Also journalist, MP Candao. Of course, we have my boss, Mike Caron, yung tinatawag nga nila na the mother of revolution. Yun po yung tinatawag nila, kidding aside. Okay, and so many others. And these 13, among these 13 House cast, member of the parliament, three of them are designated as ministers, as member of the cabinet. Sino po sila? We have MP Attorney Raisa Jujuri, the Minister of Social Services and Development. We have MP Engineer Ada Silongan, which is the minister, who is the Minister of Science and Technology. And of course, we have MP Bayan Caron, the Chairperson of the Bangsamoro Women Commission. And also, in the Office of the Chief Minister, we have the Attorney General of the Bar is a woman. No? Attorney siya, Ilaiha Dumama Alba. So, kahit tingnan po, although Attorney siya, Ilaiha Dumama Alba is not a member of the Parliament. No? But, nakikita po natin na kahit gaano po kaliit yung number of women sa ating parliament at saka sa ating executive, still malalaking position po ang kanilang ino-occupy. So next po, ma'am. Okay, so we decided to focus these updates on Bangsamoro Women Commission, no? To inform you of this very painstaking process of passing this bill, creating this office, the Bangsamoro Women Commission. So saan po nagsimula ito? We revisit the Regional Commission of Bangsamoro Women Commission or the RCBW under ARM, yan po, ang Women Commission, the RCBW. It was created under Muslim Mindanao Autonomy Act number 53 on last 1997. It was during the time of this Honorable Noorus. So, upon revisiting it, nakita po natin kailangan strengthen kasi hindi po niya nagagawa ang kanyang programs. Hindi niya po nagagawa ang kanyang policy. Mayroon pong insufficient implementation. Kahit nga po during our consultation, hindi alam ano po ba ang RCPW. Kapag naririnig nila ang Regional Commission ng Bangsamoro Women, ay may ganito palang commission. May ganito po palang opisina sa ARM. Yes, meron po. Okay? So that is why we need to strengthen it. And then, a series of organizational management and development training and a strategic planning came no? Diyan po nagsimula yung pagbuo ng Bangsamoro Women Commission. Okay? So the RCPW with the cooperation of the Office of MP Bainan Karon spearheaded the drafting of the bill creating the Bangsamoro Women Commission. Okay? Okay, so we draft the proposed bill, no, creating the Bangsamoro Women Commission from August to September 2019. Hindi po naging madali yung pagdadraft ng batas na ito, itong Bangsamoro Women Commission. Mayroon pong agawan ng powers, no? Kahit gaano po natin kagustong pagtibayin pa, palakasin pa, more than 100% ang Women Commission. That is why a lot of negotiations, lobbying, both sa executive at saka sa legislative, nagawa na po namin with, of course, headed by MP Bainan Karon. So together with other office to be created, ito po yung priority bill last year, priority bill ng bills ng Chief Minister. We have the Bangsamoro Planning and Development Authority, the Attorney General's Office, the Bangsamoro Human Rights Commission, the Bangsamoro and Women Commission, and the Bangsamoro Youth Commission. Yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 na ipasa na po yan. Batas na po sila ngayon. Ang hindi pa po na ipapasa ay ang number 6, ang Bangsamoro Sports Commission. Na all process pa po sa Parliament. Okay? So, okay, so ano po ba? May legal basis po ba tayo? Mayroong nasa BOL po ba ang paggawa ng Women Opisina para sa kababaihan? Office on Women, Commission on Women? Of course, yes. No? The legal basis is on Article 16 of 11054. Other offices on youth, women, settler communities, disaster risk reduction and management, and planning and development may be created by the Bangsamoro Transition Authority. Yan pong nakalagay dyan ng mga offices, yan po ay dapat na maipasa ng Bangsamoro Transition Authority before the year 2022, before 2022 ends, no? And then, marami pa pong legal basis yan. Next po. Okay, Section 11. Mayroon po tayong provisions of BOL, Article 9, Government. So, nire-recognize po ng BOL ang participation, ang pakikilahok natin ng mga kababaihan sa Bangsamoro Government. No? Aside from the risk, kasi po may reserve seat, there shall be one woman to be appointed to the Bangsamoro Cabinet. Sa Cabinet po, mayroon tayong 3 babae. The Parliament shall enact a law that gives recognition to the important role of women in nation building as well as regional development. Okay? So, ganun po ka-importante ang inyong role, ang ating role. So, yan po yung legal. The Parliament shall create by law a commission on women and shall define its powers, functions, and composition. Of women. Employment. Discrimination. So yan po yung if you remember last November 25, 2019 up to December 12, 2019 was the the 18-day campaign, no? 18-day campaign against policy, okay? 18-day campaign against violence of women and their children. And then November 25, nagsalita po si MP Bainan Karon. Anong tawag sa kanyang speech? The State of the Bangsamoro Women Address, or yung tinatawag natin na SOBWA. Okay, so kung may SONA, may SOBWA. Okay, that is the first. No? That is the first SOBWA State of Bangsamoro Women Address in the autonomous region. Okay, so yan po. the Parliament shall enact the necessary laws for the implementation of this section. Ano pong ibig sabihin ng Section 12? Marami pong batas ang pwede nating gawin para mas mapalaki yung participation at para mas maprotektahan natin ang ating mga kababaihan. Yun po yung yun po yung obligation ng Bangsamoro Transition Authority or the Bangsamoro Parliament in case of women. Okay? Okay, so ang Bangsamoro Women Commission, in creating the BWC, hindi po ito kami-kami lang ang nagawa, no? Hindi po kami-kami lang sa opisina. Hindi po 5 tao, hindi lang po 5 tao ang gumawa nito, ang nag-draft nito. We conducted public hearings or consultations. Actually, it's a bar-wide, regional-wide public hearing consultation, no? So ano pong nangyari sa consultation na ito? Inipresent po namin yung bill, yung draft bill sa 5 probinsya na ito. At kumbaga po yung naginawa namin public hearing or consultation ay community-driven. After that, kung ano yung nakita nila doon, kung ano yung nakita ng mga participants, constituents natin na ayaw nila sa bill, kung ano yung nakita nila na wala sa bill, we'll let them tell us. Okay? So yun, in these 5 provinces, we conducted the said consultation. Lahat po ng kanilang mga suhestyon, nilagay namin sa bill. Pero, kung kami lang po ang tatanungin nyo, lahat namin po ilalagay. However, mayroon pa po, we have a superior din. We have the Chief Minister. At nung pagpunta namin ng Bangsamoro Parliament, nung ma-file na po, ang decisions na nangyari. No? But at least, as MP Bayon Carol said, ginawa natin lahat. No? At least our constituents saw na we let them see na ginawa namin lahat na ma-provide yung mga kagustuhan ng ating kababaihan sa 5 probinsya na ito. So, sino po yung mga nag-attend nito? We have local governments units representative, the PLGU, and even the MLGU. So, some civil society organizations, of course, hindi dyan mawawala ang mga kababaihan natin from MILF and MNLF. Okay? So, August, September, October, November. Yan po yung series of drafting at saka public hearing. The proposed bill was filed in the Bangsamoro Parliament. Last week na po of November na file sa Bangsamoro Parliament sa BTA. Cabinet Bill number 34. On its second reading, sa paggawa po ng mga batas, may first, may second, may third reading. Pag third reading, approval na po yun. So sa second reading, MP Biden Carol deliver her sponsorship speech. No? The sponsorship speech was very overwhelming that almost, not almost, but all of the women, BTA member, lady MPs, signify their intention to be co-author. No? Maging co-author ng batas na ito. And of course, we acceded to that one. So, remember po na pa November, December 12 ng second reading, hinintay namin na mapasa na o December 2019. However, kadurong hindi po siya napasaon December 2019. But, under pa rin po siya sa supervision ng Chief Minister. Ayaw pong tawa ni Chief Minister ang commission. All commissions, yung youth, sports, at saka po ito, under the office of the Chief Minister. But anyway, supervision naman po. The commission has the freedom, may kalayaan po itong magawa ng kanilang sariling mga programa para sa mga kababaihan. Ito po ang primary policy making, coordinating, and monitoring body of women, not only women, but gender and development, or GAD. in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region. What are the compositions? One chairperson, of course, and we have 4 commissioners. Okay? Wala pa pong na-appoint. Kasi bago pa lang, March 2, ngayon po yung effectivity ng batas. Okay? Ngayon po actually yung 100% effectivity ng Bangsamoro Women Commission. Isang chairperson, 4 na commissioner. Sino yung itong one chairperson at saka 4 na commissioner, they should be representing the 5 major provinces of the bar. We have 1 commissioner for Basilan, 1 commissioner for Sulu, 1 commissioner for Tali-Tali, 1 commissioner for Maguindanao. Maguindanao includes Cotabato City and the 63 barangays from North Cotabato, and of course, Lanao del Sur. Okay? So kung sino po yung they will be appointed by the Chief Minister. One chairperson, 4 commissioners. So a total of 5 commissioners. So kung sino po yung ma-appoint as chairperson, let's say, chairperson is from Maguindanao, then of course, yung following commissioners will not be from Maguindanao. Okay? And ito po, nilabi po ni MP Romy Saliga. No, hindi po siya kung wala pong representation ninyo ng ating mga IPs. Okay? There are 2 ex-officio commissioners representing non-Moro indigenous peoples and the settler communities. So a total of ilan? 7. We have a total of 7 commissioners. Idagdag yung 2 ex-officio commissioners. Remember po, ang kanila pong ang naging sole idea po natin dito sa mga commissioners is the representation aspect. No? Yung kanilang representation aspect of their constituents. And they will have a 3-year term, person or commissioner. Okay? So, unlike nung sa RCBW, the BWC is a collegial body. Ibig sabihin, we are on idea of the quorum, yung tinatawag natin na quorum. Okay? So if may mga decision, no, kailangan mag-desisyonan ng commission, ng body, hindi pwedeng si chairperson lang ang mag-decide. Okay? Kailangan ano po yung majority of the commissioner. So 7, ano po yung majority ng 7? 4. Tama. So, if ever may, let's say, committee meeting or decisions, so kailangan po merong present ng 4 na commissioner. So, hindi po, naalis po natin yung takot, ay baka si chairperson lang po ang mag-decide ng mga policies at saka programs. Paano na yung ibang commissioner? That is why we make it na maging collegial body siya, based on quorum, based on majority votes. Okay? Ganun din po sa pagboto. Kung may decision, magbobotohan, ano yung pinakamarami for majority of the votes, yun po yung panalong boto. Yun po yung decision. Okay, yun po yung organizational structure. We have, of course, the office of the chairperson. We have the office of the commissioners. Dati po, yung aming proposal, nilagyan po namin ng provincial office. No? So, kada probinsya, mayroong provincial office ang Bangsamoro Women Commission. However, hindi po in-okay ng Parliament. Bakit daw? Kasi the Bangsamoro Women Commission is not an implementing body. Policy making lang po tayo, no? Tagagawa tayo ng policy para sa Bangsamoro government. So, instead of 5 provinces, meron po silang office, no? Mayroon po silang office doon sa kanilang probinsya. Okay. Just to monitor the compliance of I mean, to be near with the constituent para malapit po sila sa kanilang constituent. So my Office of Commissioners, Office of the Executive Director, Administrative and Finance Services Division, and of course, Technical Services Division. So meron po yung under Technical Services Division, we have 3 units. Okay? So yan po yung organizational structure. Okay. Okay, so ano po, yung major functions. Ano po ba ang major functions? Ito pong major functions na ito, na halo-halo na po ito, talagang hinimay-himay po ng Bangsamoro Parliament. We have policy formulation and technical assistance. Hindi po mawawala ng BWC, sila po ang taga-assist para ma-mainstream natin ang gender and development. Okay? So, we have formulation of Bangsamoro gender development plans, research, pilot special programs, although hindi po tayo implementing body or implementing agency, pinayagan po ang BWC ng Parliament na mag-pilot ng mga special programs for women na hindi makikita sa ibang ministry or ibang opisina ng BARN. Okay? Recommend policies and legislation. Of course, we can recommend policies and legislation to the Bangsamoro Parliament. Ensuring at saka monitoring compliance. Kasi nakita po natin dito, isa po sa malaking trahedya, hindi naman siya trahedya, no? Pero yung nakita po natin na dati po hindi nagagamit yung tinatawag nilang 5% God Fund. Yes, God budget. So, kada ahensya, kada opisina, every government entities, kailangan po mayroon siyang 5% of their fund, 5% of that, total fund ng office, 5% para po sa women, para po sa gender and development. So nakita po namin yan, hindi na nasusunod yung ibang opisina, hindi nagsasubmit ng kanilang God plans and budgets or GPP. Hindi nagsasubmit ng accomplishment report. Nakipag-ugnayan po tayo sa Philippine Commission on Women. Ang sinabi, ang R, hindi kayo nag-submit ng natin yan para po magamit na po natin yung 5% para sa kababatihan. So, dyan po sa pangalawa, monitor, assess, compliance. No, the Bangsamoro Women will be stricter on that. Magiging stricto po siya ng Bangsamoro Women Commission. Compliance, participation with international standards and conferences. Kasi po we were invited to some international conference. Huwag po natin kalimutan na tayo ay parte pa rin ng Pilipinas at signatory po tayo ng maraming policies. Katulad po ng Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women or CEDAW. We have UNSCR 1320 or 1325 and the UNSCR Security Resolution 1820. So those are United Nations agenda or resolution na tayo po ay signatory. Okay? Next. So coordination, of course, we have coordinative efforts. Next. At saka naipasok na din po namin yung Women Advisory Council. So the gender, isa po sa mga major na gustong gawin ni MP Byron Caro na Central Bangsamoro Women Commission is the passage of the Gender and Development Code of the BARN. So dito po sa Gender and Development Code of the BARN, dito po nakalagay lahat ng principles, provisions relating to women and what is this gender and development. So although ang ARM po ay mayroong ARM God Code. We revisit and may nakita naman po tayong problema. Sino po ba nakakaalam na ang ARM ay may God Code? Ang R ay my God code. O, isa po, alam po niya. Maraming may alam daw, pero nabasa po ba natin? Okay. Ibig sabihin, meron alam, pero hindi po, what is the mistake? The implementation. Hindi na naman po na-implement ng mabuti sa ating rehiyon, sa autonomous region. So that is why, again, yan po yung tinignan namin dyan. We conducted right shop, and of course, we conducted public hearings and consultation. And this time, since nagkaroon na turnover na po ang 63 barangays from Cotabato, as well as nagsasalita na po yung ating mga Bangsamoro communities outside BARM. So we conduct also consultations just recently on February, the 63 barangays and the BARM communities in Manila and Taguig. Okay? So next. Yan po yung mga proposed provisions. Summary lang po, chapter po yan. Non-discriminatory and non-derogatory for trial of women. Hindi ako question kay MP, the member of the parliament, Hamid Bara. In this number 1 po, kapag napasa po itong God code, may pinapropose kami po dyan na a Bangsamoro representative from the Bangsamoro government shall be a member of MTRCB. Alam niyo po ang MTRCB? We will have a representative from MTRCB. Alam niyo naman po yung SPG o before yung mga palabas, di ba po? Okay. Violence, of course, andyan ang violence against women, political rights of women, promotion and preservation of cultural identity, recognition of the rights of indigenous women and children, marriage and family relation, health, educational services, special, of course, hindi po natin pwedeng, kapag po sinabi natin gender and development, baka po ma-misinterpret nyo, ay, babae lang yan. Po, ha? Gender and development is not only about women. Okay? It's about the equality, the equity between men and women. And when we talk about men and women, kasali po dyan ang iba't ibang sektor. Katulad ng IP, katulad ng ating PWDs, our senior citizens. Okay? Lahat po yan siya. Protection of women and children in armed conflict. So, kasi nagkakaroon pa rin po ng armed conflict. Although, tapos na yung between the government and what is this, meron pa rin nangyayaring armed conflict. Gender mainstreaming, yung number 13, yan po yung minimin namin. Mechanism for coordination, monitoring, and evaluation, at saka number 14, penalties. Ang isa sa mga sample niyan, kung sino po yung hindi nagsasubmit ng God plan, hindi nagsasubmit ng accomplishment report, hindi nag-implement, may God plan, pero hindi ina-implement, mayroon po kaukulang penalty po dyan. So, kailangan po maging stricto. At saka PD10, 83. Okay, inclusion. Okay, next. Okay, so, God code, we are also working on the regional action plan on women, peace, and security. Okay? So, we already conducted a right shop on the RAP WPS, yan po yung tinatawag natin RAP WPS from 2020 to 2022. 3-year term ito, no? 3-year term. So, nagkaroon na po kami ng right shop, nagkaroon na din po kami ng provincial consultation. Nauna po dyan na provincial consultation sa Maguindanao. So, we captured the narratives of the IDPs in Maguindanao. Sino po yung until now is biktima ng IDP, kung saan itong SPMS box area na ito, military tank po yan kasi ano yung mga terrorist, no? Yung mga Daesh-inspired terrorists, no? Andyan po sila. Ano pa yung SPMS? The municipality of Sharikagwa, the Pagating, the Mamasapano, and the Sharif Saydona Mustafa. It's all from Maguindanao. During the provincial consultation, marami pong problemang lumabas. So that is why, sa next po, yung Maguindanao Provincial, with the, of course, headed by the Maguindanao Governor, nagkaroon po ng PAP WPS, Provincial Action Plan in WPS, kung saan inibita po namin ang Armed Forces of the Philippines, ang PNP, yung mga Women and Children Protection Desk Officers, at saka GOD Municipal Focal Persons, na dialogue. Kasi po yung mga, ang nangyayari po dyan is, continuous po yung attack dyan sa SPMS box, at marami po, paulit-ulit po yung displacement ng mga residente. So that is why, kasali po yan sa aming sa paggawa ng WPS. Okay, next ma'am. Okay, and that is why last year, ito po yung mga sinasabi natin ng mga international conferences. We were invited to the Asia Pacific Declaration on Advancing Gender Equality and Women's Empowerment. This is the Beijing Plus 25 review, no? For the Women, Peace and Security held in Bangkok, Thailand. Doon po, our representative, the Chief of Staff of Ma'am Helen Rojas, Ma'am Helen Rojas, discussed, mayroon pong sideline doon where she discussed about the NAP. Kung may rap tayo, may NAP tayo. Kasi doon na National Action Plan on Women, Peace and Security. She discussed solely on the experience of Mindanao and the passage of the process of the comprehensive agreement on Bangsamoro at saka ang RA 1105. So narinig po internationally kung anong nangyari in Mindanao. Okay, next. Kinagamadali na ako. Okay, so next year, this coming March 9 up to 20, mayroon pong 64th session ng Commission on the Status of Women to be held in New York. Okay? Dito po may side solely for Bangsamoro. May side event po dito. Ang title po ng side event is Voices of Filipino Women Building Peace and Security in Mindanao. So we are again represented by Ma'am Helen Rojas and MP Maysara Damdaman Latif. So they will discuss again on the issue of peace, of women, peace and security in Mindanao. Wala na ba? Wala na? Okay. Anyway, yan po yung rason kung bakit wala po si Madam dito, Madam Bayan Caron. Po, kaninang umaga po ang kick-off ceremony ng National Women's Month 2020 for the whole month, March 2020. Kaya hindi siya makasama sa New York. Kasi for whole month of March, marami po tayong activities relating to women. Aside from the fact na on the last of March, is anniversary po ng Bangsamoro Parliament. Okay? So, yan po yung mga programs, activities. Next, ma'am. Hindi ko na po isa-isahin, ha? Kaya baka 0 second na ako. So, yan po sila. Next, ma'am. Okay, so I just wanted to share this. The slogan of the Bangsamoro government for this National Women's Month 2020. So we make change work for Bangsamoro women, hashtag Bangsamoro Women Stronger Together, hashtag yung national hashtag Women Make Change. So yun lang po. Thank you very much. Sana po may nakuha po tayo. Okay?
Alhamdulillah. Syukran na Atty. I'm sure wala nang tutulog-tulog ngayon, Alam na natin ng issue on women at kung saan tayo pwedeng makiling. Alam na natin? Okay. So thank you so much for that very, very fruitful information, updates, inspiring and motivating inputs. So for now, we will be starting with the open forum. Time check is it's 2:20. 2:20. So time allotted for the open forum is 45 minutes. 45 minutes, so we will be entertaining questions. Please lang po, mag-raise na niya, and then i-acknowledge kayo, and recognize kayo. Upon recognition po, saka po tayo tatayo. And please, we notice naman since kanina na sabihin natin yung support ang kayo sasabihin natin o mag-question lang tayo. Kung mag-ask po tayo ng question, please be direct. Okay lang po ba? Agree po ba tayo? Thumbs up naman dyan kung agree. Kung sa mga magtatanong, agree ba? O, sige. So, I recognize Engineer Maria Balandia first. Second hand, yung lady in pink, na turong and black dress. Second, sino pa? Third, from Ma'am Ligario of Cluster 5. So, tatlo na yun ha. Mamaya na mag-raise ng iba para di ko makalimutan. Okay, start now.
Assalamualaikum. Ako, Maria ako from Calamar Cluster 3.
Subhanallah. Ma'am, I would like, ma'am, sis. Nagtulog-tulungan yung kasama natin. My mistakes, tatawagin ko muna si Ma'am Munawan for to moderate with the open forum.
Sorry, oo,
Okay lang? Parehas natin nakalimutan. Okay. Ma'am Munawan, pwede po, baba kayo dito. Oh, another na nakalimutan, nakaligtaan, big mistake. We would like to acknowledge Section Limar Candao. Na hindi lang naman masyado busy, kaya hindi nakarating kagabi. So, hindi na pala asset. BOT interim ng National Women's Council. Noorus National Women's Council. Ano, papakyatin? Request po ni Amira, so nasa sayo na yun kung susundan mo siya o hindi. Okay, amana. Thank you, Ustazah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ngayon, ang part ng program natin ngayon ay gusto na answer. So lahat ng mag-question, direct na lang sa question kasi naghahabol tayo ng oras. So ngayon, ang nauna ay si
apology for that. Because
Kami edit ka na.
Miss Carol is the one who's going to, she's already asking for Q&A, so I stand up.
Okay lang.
So, sorry po. Anyway, my question is, I am from Lana del Norte, it's outside barn area. Ang BC, Bangsamoro Women Mission ba, ay may program kayo on the women outside barn. Okay. Pangalawa ko, kasi direct na question ha. Kung magre-request po ng technical assistance ang isang agency, saan po siya pwedeng pumunta? Yun po. Kasi sinabi niyo po kanina na ano. Pangalawa po. Kasi protocol-wise po, kilala po namin kasi yung RCBW dati. Yung director po, si Ms. Jihan Martin. And we know, in fact, that she's been and her staff has been to many provinces conducting God. Okay. So, ano ba talaga ang proper na pag-submit ng report? Kasi na-mention po niyo kanina na ang PCW ay hindi nakakatanggap ng accomplishment reports on God. Diba? So, yun lang po yung itatanong ko. Do you have any programs on God outside barn? Pangalawa po, ano po yung process na dadaanan na kung may isang agency or CSOs na mag-a-ask ng technical assistance? And number 3, ano po ba talaga yung protocol sa pagsasubmit ng reports on God accomplishments? Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ang una pong question ni Ma'am is, may mga programa po tayo, may mga programa po ba tayo ng Bangsamoro Communities Outside Park? I would like to emphasize that right now, Bangsamoro Women Commission is, this is, ngayon po yung day 1 niya. Okay? Day 1. Ngayon po yung day 1. Yes po, kasi kakapasa lang po ng bill noong January 31, 2020. Na-publish, hinihintay pa po kasi si Chief Minister galing abroad, so kailangan pa pirmahan yung bill bago i-publish. Na-publish po siya sa Mindanao Cross on February 15. So counting 15 days from February 15, ngayon po yung kanyang day 1. However, while we are actually on our first proposal ng bill, mayroon po kaming office na tinatawag na special concerns. That special concerns office is about catering to the needs of women and girls outside bar. However, it was deleted, no? The provisions was deleted. But still, at sa bill po, sa batas, bago po batas, mayroon po kaming provision on the Women Advisory Council. And that Women Advisory Council, kasali po dyan lahat ng representatives, lahat, wala pong exemption. Ministries, LGU, and then, among others, the barn communities outside bar. So as to the program, ma'am, I would definitely, yes, we will have a program on bar communities outside bar. Considering the fact na hinihintay po namin na mapasa yung proposal ng MP, may Damdaman Latif, the bill on Bicobar, the Bicobar bill. Kasi once na mapasa po yung bill na yun, magkakaroon po talaga ng focus ng isang office for Bicobar. And all the programs of all the ministries of the offices of the bar will be catered to that office, through that office. But right now, we are still in budgeting process. We are still on what is this, on defending our budget and the project programs and activities for 2020. But surely, meron po talaga. I can bet on that now. We will certainly have a special program on Bangsamoro community. Same answer with the protocol. With the protocol in the submission. On the submission of plans and budget. Kasi magkaiba po dati sa ARM. Sa ARM, since the regional commission sa ARM po, sa Regional Commission ng Bangsamoro Women, magsasubmit po ang mga department ng guide plans and budget. So, i-check po ng RCBW. So, recommending approval lang sila. Isa-submit kay Regional Governor. Tapos, isa-submit ni Regional Governor sa PCW, Philippine Commission on Women. Ngayon sa BARM, hindi na po tayo kailangan na mag-submit kay PCW. So directly upon submission to the BWC and upon its recommending approval to the Chief Minister, doon na natatapos. However, ang sabi ng PCW, please copy furnish us naman. Okay, so that's the participation of PCW there, ma'am. Okay. So, kasi day 1 po ngayon ng PWC. Timing po sa national meetings, ma'am. Sana po nakasagot po, ma'am. Please wait for another 1 month at magkakaroon na po kami ng PPA 2020. Okay, ma'am?
Okay. Enlighten ko lang.
Support. Enlighten the answer of our speaker.
Hello, this is just additional input. You know, I was once an executive director of RCBW. And later, I became an assemblywoman. So In other words, as a woman, chairperson on the Committee on Women and Family Relations, ito pong RCW talagang hindi ko to maialis kasi nga, aside from being the chairperson, aside from being a Noorus Salam, syempre, I'm a woman and a mother and a sister. So in other words, hindi ko talaga ito napabayaan even if I was a legislator. You see, there are strengths and weaknesses of a certain agency. Kung ngayon ay naririnig natin na ang BARM ay may mga panibagong programa, panibagong strategy to strengthen the RCPW, magandang balita yun. However, I'd like to make a shed light on the reporting. The regional governor did not, there's no need for a report to the Briefing Commission on Women. You know what happened? I think it was just like sharing what we have done in the arm. But just like you also, they ask for a copy, isn't it? Because it is not the job of the Briefing Commission on Women to check on us. Because we are already autonomous. Tayo ay independent na nagkataon lang, everything, kaya nga invitado kami palagi, when we had the trip to the New York, to the United Nations, yung dadaluhan nila to the 64th, na kami noon, we attended the 58th and the 61st United Nations Commission on the Status of Women, no? Ngayon, dati-dati pa, we are autonomous na. You don't need to report to the Philippine Commission on Women. Kaya lang, sinishare yun, tulad ngayon, dahil, syempre, dahil sila ay at that time under the office of the President, whatever policies they have in the national government, sinishare it full nila sa atin. Now, I heard a while ago na maaaring nakakaalam tungkol sa God, our God code. Alam niyo, masipag, si na Ma'am Asek World siya dance. Kasi mga God advocates to. Siyempre sila, Ma'am Nyo Jehan being the head of the RCCW. Kaya lang, there are factors which may not be known to everyone kung bakit hindi lahat, kahit gustuhin nila, hindi naman nila implement, no? So, but we are very happy to hear that, tingnan nyo, it's just the same. The objective is to promote the welfare of the women. Tingnan nyo ang pangalan, Regional Commission on Bangsamoro Women under ARM. Ngayon, Bangsamoro Women Commission. Kung titingnan mo, parang tungo pa rin sa kababaihan. Commission, may commission sa una, may commission ngayon. However, given the opportunity na mas malaki ang budget ng BARM government ngayon, ay napakamagandang balita kung ito ay mapunduhan ng mabuti. Yung inaasam-asam ng katulad namin mga kababaihan who were once part of RCW ay baka ngayon matutupad. So we wish the best of luck to the new Bangsamoro Commission. But I'd like to inform everyone, iisa ang layunin ng komisyon na to para sa atin to mga kababaihan. Kung may pagkukulang noon, alam ko ngayon ay may strengthen na. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Dila. I would just like to add, no, isa po talaga sa naging problema yung budget. Even during the lobbying, the negotiation, with, especially with the Ministry of Finance, Budget and Management. Kailangan po, kasi during RCPW, I think it's 20 million only. The budget for a whole year, 20 million. Ngayon po, although nasa bill naman po nakalagay, the initial budget na binigay po ng Parliament ng Bangsamoro government sa PWC ay nagkakahalaga ng 30 million pesos. Although Although it's lesser po than what we aim, no? Kasi marami pong programs, marami pong ginagawang programs ang DWC. Marami pong nakaplanong programs. However, the 30 million budget is only an initial budget. That is why we are on the process of defending the budget and the PPA.
Pag-question may nakuha ka dito. Okay. Yung
My parents is concerned. We have a great concern about burdens of our in non-agricultural teachers. As we know that the elements of good governance is the responsibility and transparency. I hope that my queries is you have the knowledge, information, and understandable reason why the salary of the DA non-agricultural is delayed for the last January and February. And it was their great barriers, no? Sabi nila, mayroong man namatay dahil sa hindi sila nakakakain. So we have to tell this, no? Because hadith ata, state, ulil hak, walaw ka na moral. See the truth, even by yourself is involved. So, kailangan kami malaman.
Pero siguro nagkasunod naman siguro sila, no? I heard na download na. Kasi the teachers are very happy. I mean, the different teachers are very happy kasi sila po ang nanglang ng sahod. Kami po, in the regional office, wala po kaming sahod. Wala pa po kaming sahod. Yun na po talaga ang mga teachers. Nagkaroon lang po, the reason why, hindi po dahil ayaw pong i-release yung pera, no? Ayaw pong i-release ng bar ng pera. No. Ang problema po ay wala sa bar, ang problema po ay nasa national. Okay? Ay hindi po ma-release yung budget ng bar from the Department of Budget and Management. Okay? So, nagkaroon ng negotiation kasi instead of quarter release, ang ginawa ng DBM is to release the ERA and the block grant, now divided into 12, the 63 billion divided into 12. So yun po yung ma-release monthly sa BARD. Okay? Because we cannot fault din ang DBM kasi it is the first time na nagkaroon ng ganito. No, block grant, it is the first time in the entire Philippines history of the country na meron tayong tinatawag na block grant. So nahihirapan sila sa pag-process at saka sa pag-download. So I just wanted you to know that those problems are not in the bar. Kasi kung tatanungin lang po natin ang ating bar executives, kung tatanungin lang po tayo, talagang gusto natin na ma-release na agad. No, ma-release na. It's just that the negotiation, the lobbying at the national level. No?
Actually, this is only 1 month salary. It's, unlike the Lanao Del Norte, we already received the January, February, including the interest. So,
the January release and then maybe the February will follow since the February was just ended last week. No? So, but as to Lanao del Norte, Lanao del Norte is not part of the bar. So we have trouble in that, no? So we can pray na sana our teachers, no? Our teachers can be patient kasi nagsisimula pa lang ang bar, nagsisimula pa lang po ang pagda-download ng block grant ng bar. Thank you.
Okay, next. Natin si Ma'am Abay. Sabi wala doon. Nagtanong ako. Ay, ikaw. Kasi pumunta ako dito sa atin.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
lahat. Ako po ay sinihadyan kay Abdullah Ricardo ng Taluksangan sa Buanga City, Cluster 5. Ako po ay natutuwa, labis natutuwa, very happy indeed sa presentation po ng ating mahal na attorney. Although Zamboanga City is not included in farm, right? Neither are. Pero ganun pa naman, natutuwa kami na may mga programs ang bar sa mga ganito, sa Bausi, sa GAD. Ang question ko po, how about yung LGBT na hindi man lang nabanggit sa mga programa ninyo? Although for the information of LGBT, L stands for lesbian, G stands for gay, B stands for bisexual, and T stands for pero tatlo, maliban sa gay, tatlo doon, babae sila. Babae sila. Kaya lang, yung lesbian, babae nga, pero yung puso nila, lalaki. Tapos may lalaki naman, yung mga mayayaman na lalaki, nagpunta ng Europe or America para gawin sila babae. Now, this group of people, they have also the needs. They have also their needs. Meron din silang mga karapatan tulad natin mga normal na babae. Hindi po ba ito included sa programa ninyo? Maraming salamat po.
The program of PWC caters to all, no? Caters to all. Since sinasabi nga natin na this third gender, this LGBTQ++, IA++ community is of the society. However, like for example, in the gender development, we decided to be silent, no? Na wag na tayong magbigay ng provisions on them. So long as we understand that this God code, this PWC, will cater to all the human, to the needs, no, of its constituents. So we do not have to provide even the name, no? Wala po kaming provisions kasi yun po yung suggestion. Kasi kung maglalagay, we are torn between of course, our alimas, our consultants, as also as the human rights, no? The recognition of human rights. So, ang naging advice ko sa amin, yung mga aming consultant during the consultation, is to be silent on the issue. Nakalagay doon, the chairperson and the commissioners must only be women. No? The chairperson, commissioner, women. One of the requirements is they are she. They are women. And there are some member of the parliament, MP, na nagtanong. But then again, some of the MPs, again, decided to keep silent on that note. No, na wag na lang maglagay ng provisions na anything na baka maging bias tayo or we what is this? Mag-bias or maka-counter tayo ng Islamic laws. So yun lang po, yun po yung advice sa amin. Keep silence, no? Yun na lang.
Okay, Doktor.
Dito ko sa likod.
Attorney, Assalamualaikum. My question is, will the Bangsamoro Women Commission have a plan to propose or even lobby to revise the PD 1083, especially on the provisions on marriage and divorce? And another is, early this morning we discussed about age of marriage, because I think that is very important when we give our advocacies. At least we discourage early marriages and would like to promote responsible parenthood. So given that we wanted, I hope that the Bangsamoro Women Commission will also work to lobby for a fixed number or age of marriage for women and children, for women and men, since there is already this Darul Ifta, shall we call it fatwa? It was discussed this morning na for women it's 18 and then men is 21. So, yun po ang aking mga tanong. Thank you po.
Actually, during the consultations on the Gender and Development Code of the Bar, talaga yung PDT 83. Even when we went to the 63 barangays from North Cotabato, we are very shocked. When we are discussing about PDT 83, we were shocked because they don't know about PDT 83. They are asking us, implemented na po ba yung batas na yan? So, we can also only answer yes. Decades ago, implemented na po yan in the time of Marcos. So, during the Right Shapo Cargad Code, isa po sila lumabas yan. No? There will be a possible, pwede po magkaroon ng possible amendments, no? Or revision ng PDT 83. Actually, nakalagay po yan sa God Code, no? Sa draft God Code namin on Sharia. The law on Sharia, nakalagay po doon sa action points namin na that will be undertaken by the Bangsamoro Parliament. So, the answer ma'am is yes, no? We have a plan on that. Siguro, although not this first quarter, maybe the last quarter of this year, inshallah.
Okay, this is the last. Maybe this is the last question.
Yes, meron pa po, yes. And actually on the child forced marriage, the age of marriage, on the God Code again, that's all part of the draft God Code we are drafting. Nakalagay, mayroon pong provisions doon. May nilagay po kami na provisions na discouraging, no? Discouraging child forced or early marriage. During our consultation again, we cannot, gusto namin ilagay, totally prohibit, no? Prohibit the CFM, no? The child forced or early marriage. However, given the Islamic rule on this age of marriage, that as long as there is the age of puberty, then we cannot totally prohibit. So instead of prohibiting child forced marriage, ang nilagay lang namin sa God Code, sa draft God Code ay discouraging, strong advocacy or discouraging child or forced marriage. Yung we are very concerned, very contentious issue po yung age of puberty because during our consultation nandoon yung ating mga alima, yung ating mga ustada, that is an Islamic rule, no? From the hadith, no? Of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So instead of prohibiting the same, discouraging na lang po in the entire autonomous region. So ma'am, okay na po ba yun? Okay na po? Hindi? Okay.
Satisfied ka sa akin, Doktora? Okay, since ano natin, only 5 minutes to our time. Serious ka ganda, tapos kung di na po yung tanong. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Konting tanong lang po, Atty. Kanina nabanggit mo ninyo, mula doon sa EDE Parliament, tatlong babae po, no? Tapos nabanggit ninyo, sabi mo, ito mga kababaihan, ito na 13, compose may mga lawyer sila, mga ganon, hanggang sa may mga ng minister. Ang tanong ko, meron din po bang nalagyan ng posisyon kahit isa lang sa mga alimat? Gusto namin malaman yan. Kasi alimat. Hindi ko lang narinig mula noon hanggang ngayon, ang alma. Thank you.
Insofar as I'm concerned, we are concerned, wala po. In the members of the parliament po, no? Mostly lawyers, journalists, writers, wala pa.
Tanong namin, wala po ba kami alam? Wala po ba kami kakayahan?
No? Siguro si President Duterte nakakatanong natin dyan kasi siya po ang appointing authority. But yes,
Sa otoridad, ang aking pataas.
okay, thank you ma'am. But insofar, wala pong alima on these 13 women. All are in academic or most of them are in revolutionary former combatants. Also, si MP Aida Silongan and MP Bayon Caro. But sadly, there is no alima. But we have so many alims in the...
Wala nga.
Wala.
Walang babae, walang mangyayari sa kapilo.
Napaka-passionate po si ma'am. Yes, I agree with the sentiment of ma'am.
Okay, Attorney, please lang. That is our appeal. Na isa pa nyo yan sa, yung question namin ng mga alima, bakit wala ang alima? Eh, samantala, ang mga alima, knowledgeable din yan. Okay? Tanong na ako sa question lang. Management kung may time pa, wala na. Ha? May dalawa ito at saka ito. Alin? Ano? Ito, si Irene at saka si... Alin. Mauna mo na ito, pwede? Nakatayo na dyan. Okay, si Alin maparin mo muna. Okay? So, ikaw ang last.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ang tanong ko po, this is about the age. Ako po, before that pakilala ko po sa inyo, ako ay 15 years ako sa DepEd. I retired recently, last April. Ma'am, question ko po, based on my observation, for the 15 years ako sa service sa DepEd, nakikita ko po sa mga yung mga libro, books, which is used in DepEd, there are sometimes we found some un-Islamic lessons. And there is another, I observed also that some teachers are not well-oriented in Islam, that they practice un-Islamic practices. They teach to the children. Ang question ko po, wala bang programa ang DepEd about this to examine the books that are existing, that are used by the teachers in teaching the children, and is there yung mga teachers na they must be well oriented about Islam. Kasi nakikita ko may gumagawa ng mga celebration for Christmas.